drop down. Lift your shoulders up and then allow your shoulders to drop down. And then just have a little wiggle in those shoulders and let your arms just relax as well. Good. Bring those arms up, bring them over your head, reach up really high, and then just exhale them down. Nice and slow, good. Inhale your left hand up, right hand comes to the floor. Just a gentle side bend to start off with. That right hand is just softly on the floor. There's Sue. And then come back up to center. Just going to let Sue in and then come up and over in the other direction. Good. And then back up to center. Relax those shoulders down. And then up and over. Left hand down, right hand up and over. Hi Sue. Welcome. I don't know if you can hear us. Just come to a comfortable seat. We're just doing some seated side bends. And then one more time on the other side. I think Sue's probably doing battle with the demons of technology. Oh, that feels nice. And then coming up to center. Nice. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. Big inhale here. Big exhale as the shoulders go down. And again, roll those shoulders up. Pull them back and just lower them down. Nice. Now we're in our comfortable seat. We're just going to tuck our chin towards our chest. Hi, Sue.
I made it, sorry.
Lovely to see you. Just come to a comfortable seat, just working on our necks, just tucking our chin gently towards our chest. Inhaling, lifting the head up, looking up to the ceiling, opening out through the front of the throat. Coming back to center, tucking our chin one more time. I think it's Mercury retrograde, so I think technology is going to try and play silly buggers with us at the moment. Yeah, inhaling and lifting. Nice. And then side bending, so bring the neck over to the left, or rather the head over to the left, so we're stretching down the right hand side of the neck. Really feel that nice stretch down the side. Don't force it. Be gentle with yourself. Lifting up to center and over to the other side. Nice. Come up and over. So allow your head to drop over to the left hand side. You're going to lift that left hand up and just gently place the hand on the ear. So just adding a little bit of weight now, just to stretch the side. So making sure that your back is straight. Your shoulders are down. We don't want to be curved while we're coming into this side bend. Good. Big inhale. Swap over to the other side. And comes up. Just feel that little extra stretch here down the side and relax your jaw here as well. Big inhale here. Exhale, relax. And then come back to center. Nice. Let's come to all fours, just to do some cat-cows. So aligning those hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Tucking your chin, rounding through your back. Exhaling here. Inhaling, making the movement last with the whole of the breath. Head up, belly down. And exhaling into that cat stretch again. Head comes down, pushing down into the floor with the hands and the fronts of the legs. And inhaling, coming up again. Nice. Come to neutral spine and start to wiggle your hips from side to side. Could wiggle the shoulders from side to side as well. It's like there's a ripple of energy going up your spine, and it's going side to side instead of front to back this time. Making sure you're breathing here. You can slow your breathing down, just taking a long inhale through your nose and blowing out through pursed lips. And then we're going to start to roll our hips, so making circles with them. And if you think about it, our hips are actually a figure of 8, like an infinity sign. Swapping sides, going in the other direction. Nice. You can add the shoulders, add the neck as well. Just bringing a bit of movement to that back that's probably been quite still in bed. Nice. Walk your hands a little further forwards and bring those knees a little further back. Sink back into puppy pose or something resembling child's pose, your version. But we do want a lot of space between our hands and our knees. So forehead down to the ground, head between the elbows, hips maybe up in the air. You probably feel this in the shoulders and that upper back feels really nice. Keep those fingers spread. Inhale, come up and bring your hips forwards. Squeeze the glutes here. Head up, looking up. Exhaling, hips up to the sky. This is now our extended cat-cow. Just check in with your body here. I know I've got one shoulder that's going high. Listen to your hips. Listen to your shoulders. Inhaling and coming forwards. Looking up, squeezing those glutes. Nice. Okay. Come back to sort of the middle here, neutral, tuck those toes under and come up into a down dog. Nice, gentle down dog, first one of the day. Heels down, heels of the hands down as well. Head between those elbows and start to bring a bit of movement to the legs. Bending and straightening one knee and one leg and then the other one. Calves are very tight today. Again, the whole time we're doing this, you're just checking in with your body. Not forcing anything. It's early, it's cold. Take it easy. Be kind to yourself. And then come to stillness here. So just come into a nice still down dog. Breathing. Inhale, come forwards. And then just gently lower those knees. And exhale, come down into child's pose or puppy pose. Puppy pose. The hips are up in the air. Child's pose, the hips are down. Oh, I've almost got child's pose, which is a huge achievement for me. And then inhaling and coming up again. Tuck those toes under. Exhale, come back to down dog. Nice one. Again, bending and straightening one leg. Lovely. Really send your sit bones up to the sky. Push those heels down. So we're grounding here, but also lifting up through those hips. Nice. Inhale, come forwards. Gently lower your knees. This time we're going to come forwards. So come onto your forearms. Have those elbows under your shoulders. Bring your hips down to the ground. We're in our Sphinx pose. Squeeze your glutes here and lift that chest. Really feel the front of your body, that space between the ribs and the hips, stretching and lifting away from the floor. Grounding down through those forearms, grounding down through the feet. We're going to look over one shoulder. I don't mind which one. Again, a nice little side bend here, a nice little stretch. So we can just do this with the head if we want to. You can just look over one shoulder, but you could also move in the shoulders. Maybe on the first one, just use the head, and on the second one, let the shoulders follow. There you go. And the hands, they're either in fists or down flat or palms up, whatever feels good for your wrists and your elbows. Nice. Then come back to center. Bring your hands where your elbows were. Push up to all fours. And come back to down dog. Just holding that there, letting your head hang. Maybe even just shaking your head around so that neck just gets a bit of stretching. It's a really nice way to take the weight off the neck. Big muscles in the neck, constantly keeping that big heavy head up. Right, we're going to take little steps now, bending those knees, coming up into a forward fold. You can stay in the center of your mat. Take a gentle bend in your knees here as well. Feet are hip width apart. Hands come down to the floor. And again, that head is hanging, taking the weight off of everywhere from the waist up. Very slowly, bring your forearms onto your thighs. I'm going to do this from the side so you can see. Just going to flip my hair back. Coming into a little squat. So send those hips back and down. Nice. And then pushing away from the floor, sending those hips up and letting those arms hang. Exhaling here. Start to sync this with the breath. Forearms on the thighs. Inhale. Hips back. Head up. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. That's it. And into a forward fold as you exhale again. This time, bring your hands onto your shins and come into a halfway lift. So big inhale here, really filling your lungs full of air. And like a turtle with its head coming away from its shell, pull those shoulders down. Probably feel a nice stretch in that lower back. Beautiful, ladies. Well done. Gentle bend in those knees and reach your hands up to the sky into an extended mountain and look up towards them, reaching up high. Nice. And you can turn to face me as well here. So feet are still hip width apart. We're reaching up high. Take a big inhale. Exhale, shoulders away from ears. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Side bend. Don't mind which side you go. Inhale to center. Exhale, other side. Oh, that feels nice. One more time each side. This time you can split your hands apart if that feels good. Inhale in the center and exhale, reach over. Try and keep that head in line with the spine. I'm guilty of going like this with the head. Neck in line with the spine. It's down here that we're stretching. And inhale and come up to center. Over to the other side. Oh yes, that feels nice. All the way down to the hip, all the way down into those legs. Come back up to center and then circle your arms and bring them down behind you. A little bit of love to the shoulders now, clasping those hands behind you. Feet stay hip width apart and take a gentle bend in those knees. Inhale and lift your chest. Exhale and pull down with those hands. So opening out through the front of your chest. Again, big inhale, you can look up. And exhale, you can pull down, maybe straightening those legs. Nice. Then unclasp those hands. Circle them in front of you as if you're reaching around a big ball. You want to wrap your whole body around that ball. Clasping and pulling. That head is coming down as well. I'm getting hot now. Might have to take a layer off. And then coming back to center. Rolling those shoulders up, back and down. Just want to take this off. Nice. So come to a nice wide-legged stance. I'm going to do some triangles because we're nicely warmed up now with all those side bends. Inhale and bring those arms up. Palms down, shoulders away from ears, and we're reaching. So a long straight line from fingertip to fingertips, reaching away. Send your left foot along the length of your mat, and then that right foot in slightly. Heels are in line. Hips and shoulders to me, that's it. Inhale here. We're just going to reach to start off with, so reach out of the waist. That's it, and then just come back up. Reach in the other direction, see how that feels. Good. Inhale, exhale, reach. This time we're going to pivot into that triangle. Left hand comes down somewhere on that leg. Right hand comes up and over, and we're looking for a long straight line from these fingertips all the way down to that heel. So we're not dumping here, we're just enjoying that side bend, but also reaching down the side of the body and grounding with those feet. Keep the feet where they are. Inhale and circle those arms like a windmill. Oh, and reach up. You can look up at your fingertips if you want, if that feels good. Nice. And then just come back to center. Reset those arms. So find the middle. Let's swap our feet over. So the heels stay where they are. Left toes coming in, right toes along the length of the mat. If you want to, you can bring your hands onto your hips just to check in. Make sure they're facing forwards. And then inhale and exhale. Shoulders down. Really feel strong in those legs. And then reach towards the right. So reach out of the waist. Good. And then reach towards the left. Probably feel a bit more restricted there. Good. Come back to center. Inhale here. Exhale and reach. And bring that right hand down onto the right leg. Left hand comes up and over. Nice triangle pose. Take an inhale here and an exhale. Relax the shoulder away from the ear. Make sure your hips and shoulders still towards me. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale over to the other side. Oh, that counter pose always feels really nice. The second one, where we go in the other direction. Lovely. And then inhaling to center. Excuse me, frog in my throat. Pivot on those heels so that both sets of toes are facing out. Hands up. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So the arms go down, head goes down. Take a bend in your knees if you need it, or if it feels good to have straight legs and feel that hamstring stretch, then go with the straight legs. Breathing here. Excuse me. And then again, we bring our forearms to our thighs. We send our hips back and the head comes up. So now we're in a wide squat, sumo squat. Nice. And then folding again, good. Head hanging, shoulders relaxed, and just have a gentle sway from side to side. Forearms to thighs, back to that sumo squat, and then we're going to come up to standing from here. So big inhale, and then exhale, and push up to standing. Good. Bring your feet in so that they are hip width apart. Now remember the figure of 8 I was talking about in your hips. I want you to try and make figures of 8. So gentle figures of 8 here, with your hips going in one direction and then in the other direction, meeting in the middle somewhere. Really nice and gentle for the hips and that lower back. Good. And then we can just do a little wiggle from side to side. Pushing down on one side, pushing down on the other. Nice. And come into that wide stance again. And again, just moving in the hips. We're going to do a forward fold again. This time we're going to take our 2 first fingers and we're going to wrap them around our toes. So take a bend in those knees. Lift up through the chest. And fold forwards. Wrap the 2 fingers around the toes. And then push the toes down into those fingers. Pull your elbows back, so you want to feel a little bit of pressure on the arms here. So it's like you're trying to pull those toes up with the hands, and those toes are resisting, and then let the head go. Inhale, pull those elbows back a little bit more, and exhale, let the head hang a little bit more. Nice. Inhale, bring your fingers out, and then exhale, come back up again. Inhale, bring the hands up high. We're going to sink down into our goddess pose now. We've been working towards this. Opening out through the shoulders, opening out through the hips. Lovely. So chest towards me, elbows down towards your ribs. Nice. Inhale and come up again. Reach up high. Maybe even look towards those hands and sink down into the goddess pose again. Pushing down into those heels, sending those hips back. Nice. And then come up to standing. Bringing those feet in, we're going to do a back bend. So reach up high. And then squeeze your glutes, send your hips forwards, looking up. That's it. The hips stay over the feet. Nice. And circle those arms and roll those shoulders up, back and down. You can come to feet hip width apart. Just going to do some thoracic twists here. We've worked a lot with that lower back and the upper back. Now we're just loosening the upper back. You can start to swing those arms. Nice. So use some momentum here. You can be quite vigorous with this. Good. Slow it down. Come back to center. We're going to inhale and come up, and with some vigor, we're going to exhale and come into a forward fold. Inhale and come up, stirring up some energy here. Exhale, throw those arms back. Good. And that act of coming into that forward fold pushes all the air out of your lungs. So exhale. Nice. Inhale, really expand your lungs, and if you want to go into a big old back bend here, you can. Squeezing those glutes, and then letting everything go. Let me do that one more time. Big inhale, and exhale. Oh, that feels so nice. Lovely. Rolling those shoulders up, back and down, and come into another wide-legged stance. Gonna just add a little warrior two here. It's very similar to that triangle in that those feet are wide. Start with those left toes along the length of the mat, right toes in. But this time we're going to bend that left knee. It stops over the ankle. Then hips and shoulders are towards me. Arms come up, and this is our warrior two. And again, we can extend it. So inhale and exhale, reach. Then the forearm comes to the thigh. Other hand comes up and over. Again, we've got this long straight line. Now what you want to be doing here is you're pushing that arm away from the thigh. You're not resting on it. There's a difference there. Good. And then you're reaching over. Nice. We're going to do a reversed warrior. So the legs are going to stay where they are, right? So bring the arms up, the legs stay. Keep that knee locked in over the ankle. Reaching in the other direction. Nice. Oh. And then come back to center and just push away from the floor. Lovely. Keep the arms up, swap those legs over. Settle down here, take an exhale. Really feel your feet on the ground. With these warrior poses, you really want to be grounded. Inhale, and as you exhale, knee comes over ankle. And it stops there. It doesn't go further. If it does, you probably need to go a little wider. And inhale. As you exhale, reach. Forearm comes to thigh again, pushing away. And then that left arm comes up and over, reaching. And I can feel this glute working as well, which is nice. Nice stretch down the side of the body. Really feel those feet on the ground. Keep the legs where they are and send the hands in the other direction. That's it. Nice and strong in those legs. Reversed warrior. And then come back to center. So pushing away from the floor and coming back to center. Back to those wiggles, figures of 8, or going in circles, whatever feels good in those hips. But bring some movement into those hips. With the wide-legged stance, we feel it a little bit differently. We can go a little bit deeper. Okay. Send those hips back. And then you're going to bend that left knee again. Now we're in a little crouching side lunge. That's it. And knees just safely over the ankle. Come back to center, stand up. And exhale, hips go back. Knee over ankle on this side. Good. Come back to center and go a little wider. Just heel toe out one more. Back to the left side. This time, if you want to go a little deeper, you can lift those right toes up. Send those hips back. Feel the stretch on the inside of the legs. Can you feel that, Sue? Yeah. Oh, it's lovely, yes. And then up to center again. And exhaling over to the other side. Option to lift the toes up if it feels good. You don't have to. It also depends on the ankle mobility. And then back to center. We're going to do one more forward fold. Why not? Gentle bend in those knees. Let everything just go down. Let your jaw go slack here. Shake your head. Get the weight off the neck. Relax your shoulders. And then rolling up to that big starfish position. Make yourself as big as you can. Reach those hands to the corner of the room. Lovely. Circle the hands behind you, clasp them, heel toe in. Big inhale, exhale, pull down. And then circle those arms up above your head into prayer and bring them down into the center of your chest. And we are done. Namaste. Thank you so much.